uh, I'm just like everyone else. I'm not accustomed to public speaking, um, but something inside me just felt like no matter what was on my plate over the last couple of weeks, um, just compelled me to just go ahead and just do it, just dive in. So I'm presenting on on a vast topic like everything else that we discuss in this group, and it's about feelings. So it will be um, a broad perspective, and so I'll be discussing like a feeling as it is described in a number of different ways. And then there's some other aspects that came up in terms of understanding where feelings come from. And then there will be a takeaway at the end. And then, uh, yeah, we'll just get started.
Ooh.
Okay. Feeling, how it affects us and our manifestations. What is a feeling? Um, are we attuned to our feelings? Are you aware of how you feel at every given moment during your day? Okay. A feeling described. Feelings, what came up was feelings can be described as a physical sensation or a touch, a physical sensation or touch, there's a typo, through either your experience or your perception of something. It can motivate us to respond to our world in specific ways. Feeling is the language of the subconscious. It comes from the heart space. And feeling is a state of being that comes and goes, and it changes, much like thoughts come and go, much like our beliefs can come and go. And feelings also resonate with a particular vibrational frequency, which is how it can affect how we manifest things in our life, be it a thing or a quality or what it is you decide you want to radiate out into the world. So we'll start with the law of consciousness because this is the place where all things come from. So I felt it was important to include this aspect because it'll help us understand how feelings come about. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of everything in the universe. Our world and all that's within it is shaped by our conditioning. So what you think, how you perceive things, how you feel, what motivates you, what your beliefs are. All of these things condition our minds to follow, to proceed in a way that's specific to how we're thinking. So understanding the consciousness helps us understand the secret to manifesting. Excuse me. Consciousness is the one and only reality, and it consists of two parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And to better understand the law of conscious, or of how the law of consciousness works, we can take a look at the relationship between the conscious and subconscious mind. So the relationship between the conscious and subconscious mind are one's external, one's internal, and the conscious mind is the external part. It's personal, it's subjective, whatever it is we're, our thoughts and what we're thinking. It is the realm of effect, and it's actually the male aspect of our duality. So with the conscious mind, it's where the ideas and thoughts are generated, And then those ideas and thoughts are then impressed upon our subconscious mind. And then with the subconscious mind, it's impersonal and it's non-selective, meaning that it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, good or bad. It's just, it will affect how your thoughts are translated into your reality, your manifestation. So it's actually the realm of cause. So everything comes from within and affects that which is without. So it's like that, so it's the internal aspect, which represents, or the female aspect, which is the heart, is what it represents. So the subconscious mind, it's there to receive the ideas from the conscious mind and gives it form, gives those ideas form and expression. So that's how the manifestations roll out. So how the conscious and subconscious relationship works, I kind of touched base on that in the previous slide, but in a nutshell, the conscious mind generates ideas and impresses these ideas upon the subconscious. And the subconscious receives these ideas and gives form and expression to them. So the subconscious isn't necessarily concerned with the truth of things. It always accepts as true what you believe to be true. So if there's something that you want and you have a belief about it, whether you believe you can have it or you believe you can't have it, the more dominant feeling will be what is expressed. And that is usually the result of what you believe to be true. So beliefs are very much a part of how feelings work and how they can sway our manifestations if we are not aware of how we're feeling. So feeling is the one and only medium through which these ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. And so therefore, like, thoughts in conjunction with our feelings create our reality. So no idea can be impressed upon the subconscious mind until it is felt. But once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. And this is a quote from Neville Goddard, which is somebody that I started not following, but I was just stumbled upon his work, which it really resonated with me. And it was appropriate for this presentation. So feeling, it's vibrational. Feeling actually precedes our manifested desires. And the control of the feeling state isn't meant to really suppress our feelings, but it is to discipline ourselves to imagine and only entertain the feeling states that contribute to happiness, no matter what your current experience outside is showing you. So if you're in a bad place, or you haven't, your desire hasn't like gone as planned, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, we'll move on. So it's important to be aware of the directions of our thoughts, moods, and feelings, because what we feel on the inside mirrors what we see and get on the outside. So how do feelings affect our goals? Well, to realize a goal, which exists as a potential state in the infinite possibilities, which is the mind of source or God, or however you associate that, it's important to act as if the desire is already an accomplished fact. So to experience what we desire, we assume that the feeling that what we desire is already done. So this is where awareness comes in. The awareness of how you feel is a continuous practice to imagine and focus only on those feelings that contribute to the happiness, no matter what your current experience is showing you. So self-awareness is required to gain the ability to choose your experience. A quick recap, it doesn't matter what it is you intend to be, do, or have. Whatever thoughts, conscious or unconscious, um, you have about it impresses onto your subconscious and accepts it as fact. So your subconscious mind is the part that accepts all your thoughts to be true, whichever is the dominant thought, which is all, the driver is the feeling. And this is my understanding, so I'm sharing with you how I see it right now, that is. So the movement of, or the moment our subconscious receives it, it begins to work out the ways to manifest our thoughts into reality. Um, if, can you feel the difference between the following statements? I am healthy. I will be healthy. Do you feel the difference between the two statements? So to feel is I will be means that you are not, that you have not. And I am is actually a stronger statement than I am not. So when we project into the future that you will be something, means that you are in a state where you don't have it at this time. So that's where it becomes important to act as if it's already, as if you already have it, to proceed. So an example, it's, let's say you're thinking about money and you start to visualize and say affirmations on a daily basis and you're dedicated to it. But all the while you're doing your visualization and your affirmations, if your underlying feeling connected to that vision about money is one of lack, such as feeling anxious, worry, frustration, etc., thinking I don't have it, asking when is it coming, or focused on the thought it's not here yet. If any of these feelings above about money are the feelings that you have, it's, are you working towards your vision or are you working against it? So remember, sensation precedes our manifestations and is the foundation where manifestations come from. So it's important to be aware of what your moods and your feelings are, because there is this like unbroken bond between our thoughts and our physical reality. It's all connected. And so feelings like thoughts come and go too. So how to feel regardless of circumstance. So this requires a little bit of self-awareness to connect to that feeling state that you desire or you want to come from, and gain the ability to choose the lens through which you see and experience your reality. So accept that there are seasons in life where we all go through, the good and the bad, and recognizing that everything does truly come and go, and not to get not to get hung up on any particular like feeling, you know, not to hold on to it, but just to let it go and unfold. So it's important to detach from how we feel from our current reality, especially to what it's showing us. Because clinging on to things tend to create feelings of a lower vibration, like anxiety, fear of the unknown, doubt, whatever comes to mind that keeps you in that place from coming out of your comfort zone, for lack of better words, and keeps us focused on the outer world, where rather than keeping focused on our inner world. So it's attaching our feelings to the external that can get us into trouble. So it's important to let go of feelings that don't serve your highest good. So how's everyone doing?
It's excellent.
Great.
Really good.
So with all of that said, through awareness, when something doesn't go as planned, you're better equipped to check in and ask yourself, how can I look at this situation differently? Or what can I appreciate about this experience? Or what is it that I can learn from it? And by being able to be aware enough to ask yourself these kinds of questions when things aren't necessarily going as planned, helps us to see the situation in a different light. So the way reality is perceived in any given moment really kind of determines how our lives will unfold. So how you see a situation is how you focus your attention, and how you focus your attention determines how you feel. So with that, having a meditation practice of some sort, does help bring awareness to your awareness of your experience, internally as well as externally. You can start to see the relationship of how you feel inside really does show you the manifestation on the outside. So to create the feeling state you want, a thing you can ask yourself is, how would I feel if I already had? And then you can fill in the blank of whatever it is you're wanting, or whatever your desire is. So it's to step into that place where you're acting as if you already got the job of your dreams, or the amount of money that you want, or a significant person, or the skills that you desire that will make you more proficient in your profession, or qualities of just being a kind person, or what does it feel like to be loved, or to give love, the relationship between giving and receiving. So it's important to imagine and focus your attention within, and hear a friend congratulate you, or pull that check out, see yourself pulling your hand, reaching into the mailbox and pulling out a check. Or if you're wanting a significant other, to see your hand in your partner's hand and holding hands. So the last piece is to really focus on the gratitude of you already having what it is you want, and amplify that feeling, knowing that it's already done, even though you might not have it in this moment, but to trust that it's coming. So this is the final thought for this presentation, is to capture the feeling of the state you wish to feel. You attract what you are by what you already feel, by what you feel you already are. Thank you.
Wow, that was great, Karen.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Diane.
Wonderful. Thank you. Very well organized and presented.
Thank you. Real good.
That was very in-depth and had lots of stuff to think about.
Yes, I'm still thinking about a lot of this stuff.